All right, everybody, welcome back in. We got our special guest. He is rocking his 360 clean hoodie. You see him smiling right there. It's Josh Vann. Before I tell everybody about 360 clean, Josh, we appreciate you taking the time, man. How we been doing? Spring ball is over. You feeling good, man? Doing all right over there?
Yeah, well, Wes, thanks for having me today. But spring ball is I'm glad for it to be over with.
It's a grind, right?
Yeah, it's a tough grind, but you gotta put your mind and heart into it, and I'm just not in a bad way, but like I said, for your body, just get that rest, for it to just be over for the time being. But it's definitely it was a great time with all the newcomers, new faces, and just glad to get that thing back rolling.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Season will be here before you know it. Again, we want to thank 360 Clean. This is where I tell everybody to go check out 360clean.com, 866-498-0168. They offer health-focused office cleaning for your businesses throughout the U.S. And but I gotta say real quick, Josh, as far as companies and people that support Gamecock student athletes, not many are doing more for South Carolina athletes than Barry Boterford and Allison Boterford with 360 Clean through NIL. I know they've got to deal with you, man. It's been pretty awesome to see how much they've supported South Carolina student athletes like yourself, man.
Definitely. I before we got this thing rolling, I was able to sit down with him and his wife, and there were some pretty awesome people, um, great company, and I was telling them I was glad to be in their presence, thanking them for having me and giving me this opportunity, and I haven't regretted. Well, obviously, I'm in the thing now, but I haven't regret anything. Just happy to be, given this opportunity.
Definitely. Now, I want to encourage South Carolina fans. So, hey, if you own a business, hit us up on Garnet Trust, and we can find out ways for you to support student athletes. But if you don't, support businesses like 360 Clean, support Barry and Allison, and then that in turn will help them to turn around and support student athletes like Josh even more. So this interview is again brought to you by 360 Clean. Check them out, 360clean.com. Josh, we were talking about spring ball, and it's a grind. You're getting to kind of recover a little bit now, but I know Coach Stepp. When all the assistants talk to the media, Coach Stepp was talking about your progress this spring, talking about your route running progress, and really felt like you had taken another step as a player this offseason. So, what would you say was your focus kind of during those 14 practices in the spring game? Was it about route running? Was it just about fine tuning things? What was your biggest focus personally this spring, man?
Definitely, definitely just becoming a better player. Obviously, the past, what I did last season, it happened. So I'm very thankful for all the opportunities I got. But it's never a day off. So you know, with all the new talent coming in, just by me even having that mindset, like, oh, like I got it in the bag, like I don't need to do anything, I don't need to improve anything. I could have definitely went downhill. So definitely just like you said, pretty much everything, tuning routes, getting my depth in my route running. Just every day I just told myself, just try to find something to work on every day, whether it's be like I said, running off the field because coaches watch everything. Route running, like I said, get my depth. Bringing the young guys along, the new guys in. Just pretty much just kind of being an all around person. That was pretty much my goal for the spring.
So, if you rewind to this time last year, new staff is in, new offense. Everybody was sort of asking who's going to be the top receiver to emerge, and you emerge obviously with the big season last year, and now as you talked about, you've got some guys around you. I feel like that are starting to emerge as well. Antoine Wells Jr. comes in. By all indications, Xavier Legette had a great spring. Obviously, we all saw what Jaheim did in his role, sort of hybrid tight end, H-back, all that.
Mm-hmm.
What is it like for you to look around and maybe think, okay, maybe defenses aren't going to focus in on one guy this year? Do you think there's an opportunity there for you guys to sort of spread the football around a bit and maybe you all benefit from the ability of everybody else on the field at the same time, man.
Definitely. Like I said, it's so much competition in the room now. Um,
Mm.
Definitely last year they the talk around USC Gamecocks was who's the receivers. You know what I'm saying? We had Debo, Brian, Shaw Smith, and it was like who's gonna be next, and we didn't know. So it all determined about this season last year, but definitely you look around and you see like 3, 4, 5 guys that can get the job done too. And that really just takes the spotlight off me. It won't take the spotlight off me, but I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? But definitely being able to have guys that can get the job done and being able to spread the ball around instead of just one guy, it can be a tough offense. So
Are you guys how much more comfortable? And you don't even have to speak for your teammates, just you personally. How much more comfortable can you be in an offense when you've gotten that entire year under your belt now? Because it felt to me like the offense sort of started gradually finding its footing as the year progressed last year, and then it looked more in sync towards the end of the year last year. Are you at a higher comfort level just in everything you're being asked to do within the scheme now that you've been in it for a little bit, man?
yeah, definitely. I'm more comfortable because the coaches I got recruited to come here, nobody's here. So just one having being an older guy and having you know a whole new coaching staff coming in, you just never know how things may go. But I always just told myself it's really just a new slate, new coaches, new faces, new teammates. Obviously still had the teammates, but everybody gets like a second chance, like a second first chance on what they need to improve, what they need to show. But like you said, it was the first year that we was all together. So literally throughout the season, we was literally just trying to find, what guys we had, what guys can do with the amount of time that we had, what we accomplished in that year. It was definitely a big, big improvement. But definitely, like I said, year two coming, same coaches, new players, but still the same players. So you know what you can build off of having that year under your belt.
Definitely. So I know you did your first 360 clean interview with Chris Clark, my coworker, and at the time, that's when everybody was waiting on Spencer to arrive. And I think Chris had asked you like, "Hey, what do you see?" And I think Spencer was like maybe a few days from getting there, and you were
Yeah.
kind of like, "I don't know yet, man. I got to see him for myself."
Yeah.
So tell us what. I mean, we've all seen him now, but what does Josh Vann see from Spencer Rattler in practice and in the weight room and all that stuff, man?
Definitely a baller. That's pretty much one word where I can describe him. He's a baller. He's a competitor. And just having a quarterback that's really as a can. He's just a competitor, man. It's really like there's really like no words because I love to compete. I hate to lose. I just want to win. And when you have a guy in the backfield that can throw the ball like he can, and as competitive as you, that I like that.
What's the next step for you, man? Obviously, so we're doing this right now. It's April 22nd while we're recording the interview. So as we talk about spring ball's over, I guess there's a little is May a little bit of a like I don't want to say relax, but is May a little bit of a like catch your breath before you get into summer workouts and stuff? Or for the fans that have no idea what's next, what's the next step in the process for you guys as you start to get closer and closer to preseason practice and all that stuff, man?
Yeah, so the May season or the May month, when you get back from bowl games and the championships game in December, literally like football is just it's a year round, it's nonstop. Because as soon as you stop, you're lacking. You're losing something because it's somebody literally across the street that's working harder than you. So it's literally like all year long process. We come back in January and we're working from January all the way until April. Whenever who's the spring schedule, everybody's different. But now like the May season, it's an off season, but you don't want to take any time off. You want to get away from football just because, like I said, we've been working since September, like no breaks. September says no breaks, and we get 1 month off. So you wanna step back from football and just breathe and relax and just let it all come out your mind. And but at the same time, you still want to be out there conditioning, working out, doing some type of football stuff. But I know for me myself, I got to get the job done. I got different priorities that I got to put in front of myself, other than just to relax and take time off. So just pretty much just I won't be gushing my brains out, but I'll definitely be working out um, here and there, but definitely just taking the time off and relax.
Yep. So perfect segue. Speaking of priorities, we were talking before we hit record, and you and Chris talked about this a bit as well. But you and your girl gave birth to a beautiful daughter right before that first interview, or a little bit before that first interview. So, um, man, what has life as a dad been like for Josh Vann? Because I see, man, here's the thing, y'all. Whenever Josh Vann talks about his daughter, he instantly starts smiling. Look at him right now; he's smiling. So it's Josh, I first met you, man, when you were in high school. You're getting recruited. You were a young guy. Now, you're an adult, man. You got a kid, but you got that grin on your face every time you talk about your daughter. So, how has that been? That process of becoming a dad, there, man.
Well, one, I'm proud. Like, I'm a proud dad, and that's what my girl, she tells me all the time. Like, you should run with that, man. You speak about her, so she's me. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's a part of me, and I'm just so proud to be a dad. Obviously, it wasn't. I didn't expect to be this early. I always know I wanted kids, but not this early. But like I said, I'm thankful for the opportunity to, just raise something that's mine. Like I said, she's beautiful. She's just happy, man. And I feel like, as long as me and my girl are happy around her, she's just a happy baby. And it's definitely been an experience. Like I was telling you earlier, like I'm still so amazed the fact that I'll just be like, like I'm a dad. Like I'll just start shedding little tears, like I'm a dad. You feel me? So it's definitely been a heck of a deal.
So USC put out that video. I'm sure a lot of people saw of you. I think that was a scrimmage, maybe, and your daughter was at the scrimmage, and your girl was there, and then you were in pads. You had the stroller going, man. Um, what has that been like to sort of, you had the grind of spring ball, being a dad, but also it seemed like the coaches have been like supportive of kind of letting them be around as well. So how
Yeah.
has that been to have Beamer and Step and all those guys be supportive? Have they been supportive about like letting you also kind of try and mix the two, as busy as you are with football, man?
Yeah, they make sure I stay level headed with it, obviously, because what goes on in on the football field is different what goes on from home. So you don't want to kind of intertwine both. Like if you're frustrated at football practice, you don't want to bring it back home and be frustrated with the people that you got to see every day. You don't want to get frustrated at home and then take it to the football because it'll kind of like mess up everything. But definitely they don't stay on my head about it. But it's definitely talks every now and then. Just ask me if I'm okay, if I need anything. But definitely just Coach Beamer, Coach Step, pretty much all the coaches, them like Jenna's uncles, a whole bunch of uncles up in there. They love her. They love her like it's one of theirs. Like this whole segment, like above all else, like it's about love and family. It's not just about football. And literally, like it's one big happy family, and that's what I love about this coaching staff. And like I said, it's pretty much that's one thing I can take is definitely just not about football, and and they've been with me every step of the way.
Josh, I know you got a lot going on, man, so we'll let you get back to it. But hey, we appreciate the time. Like I said, we appreciate it again. Appreciate 360 Clean for sponsoring this. Barry, Allison, y'all are amazing. And Josh, again, man, it's great to see that smile on your face, man. So keep smiling, keep doing what you're doing, okay, man?
Thank you, definitely got to.